Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the Cass Huff Psychic Medium Show, recording in Tacoma, Washington. For appointments, call 253-503-6816 and visit casshuff.com. Information is from Spirit and is from a spiritual medium and is for entertainment purposes only. This and all recording and information I provide are copyright protected by law and the property of Cass Huff. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and today is May 8th, 2019. We're in the vibrational energy of May 5, new beginnings. Very good for business, time for inventing, wonderful energy, and we're still in the year of 2019, of course, which is a 3. So some people have asked me recently why they feel like everything is breaking down in their life. And the answer, if you look to numerology, you would go, okay, we are currently in May. It's all this repetitive energy is available. And we're in the year of 3, which I don't know one person who has a life path 3 who hasn't had a lot of rebuilding. So 3 is a divine number. It's a creative number. And can you imagine the artist who builds and creates and destroys it and builds again and builds something better? I mean, this is really, you want the most beautiful energy in your life, and you want to hold that energy and vibration. And we just had April, which is a foundational month. So here we are doing the same thing we did again. And if it's not vibrating correctly, it won't work. Something needs to change in order for things to hold the vibration of 5 in a 2019 year. So this is, how can we be okay with what's not working? How can we be okay with looking for the right vibration to hold the solid energy? So I've got a couple messages for you today. Today, the very vibration of today is the power to rise above it. Okay? Now, we just had a new moon in Taurus on May 4th. And it was 14 degrees. 1 plus 4 is 5. That is a new beginning energy. And so it was the start, or maybe the culmination, of what hasn't been working and the opportunity for new energy to cycle in. And I see this spinning wheel as I focus on the number 5. If you're a business person, 5 is the number of repeat business. 5 is the number of how do I say this on the air? Intimacy or repeat intimate encounters. If you have a 5 in your life path, you're probably a more, how can we say, you might be more fun, romantic, want to have a partner, or maybe you're someone who wants a couple, you want to date more than one person for a while. You might have that flowing energy, okay? And so 5 is also a number of where you want to find the highest vibrational value of what's going to sustain you. Boy, write that down if you're listening, because I won't remember that. This is channeling, okay? And this is about you being in complete order, not complete disorder. So this is about holding the vibration of the highest frequency that's going to sustain you. Now remember, we're going through a massive shift change, and we knew about, I know we were talking about it last December time, about how we were bringing in 9 years of new energy. So what you are now looking for is the highest vibration and your competency level to hold it, your coping skills, your competency, your ability to judge what's highest and best and allow. Okay, so this is a really important time to be allowing new avenues that are going to be long-term successful forces of generating light in your life. Okay, and as you're doing that, if something's blocking you from holding that long-term light frequency, guess what? it won't be able to revolve very long in your life if you are truly choosing to hold the higher vibration. And so when things start letting go of you, okay, when you're blocked from going backwards, when what you did before isn't working, when you're in confusion, okay, it's time to just kind of slow down and go, wow, witness it, allow it, look at it. And so this is the time. Today, the vibration is the power, the time in this current universal force energy, the power to rise above it. Okay? So I said, what is the main message that I can help people with today? And they said, the guides are showing me, look towards the May 18th, 2019 Scorpio full moon, okay? And right now it's time to live a little. Enjoy your life. Be free to indulge yourself in what is benefiting you, because through the feeling or vibration of enjoyment, you go, wow, that is what feels amazing. Wow, that is who feels amazing in my aura, my energy field. Wow, I love this experience. I want to repeat that, okay? So live a little, because if you're not opening doors to life, and experiences and journeys and new people, then, you don't know what you might be missing. Okay. So the full moon Scorpio, May 18th, 2019. This was the message I got. Watch out or it will sting you. Okay. Remember, May 4th, we had the new moon in Taurus about new beginnings. And this last couple weeks, there's been so much new energy that people may be feeling a little bit, how can I say, they may be feeling their strength. They may be feeling like they've got to power through it. They may be feeling confused. Anytime we're in the mind and not conscious, we're ego-driven. So maybe people are trying to work it out. They're in their mind a bit. And so this is a time to watch out. Don't let other people's energy or what they're going through affect you. Let other people do what they're going to do, and don't let it get to you or overcome you. Stay on your path, okay? And know that your achievements, what your successes you're hoping for, know they're possible. I did a reading for a gal earlier, and I've done some readings recently where the message was, hold on to the vibration. What you're asking for is coming. You may be setting up so many different cords of energies right now. It's like you're sending out the feelers to the universe saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. But the energy to hold what you want long term is building. So you may not feel that for 6 months or more. Okay, it's like you can have it now, but it's all going to be set in stone maybe a little bit down the road. I pray it's now for you, if that's what you want. But, allow that it may take a little bit of time, okay, for your achievements to build. So this is a time of really coming back and allowing yourself to be compassionate, loving, and complete, whole within yourself. And this is the main energy for today. The power to rise above it is to hold the vibration of what's the highest and best, and allow that Creator is listening to you. So if you don't see it all right now, don't panic. If you don't feel it all happening right this minute, don't send out a mayday. Allow Creator is really working hard on your behalf. Your prayers, your thoughts, your intentions are all being heard. Make sure you're not sending out confused signals, willing to hold on to the past, especially if it's to please somebody else. Boy, that's not going to work for long, and that causes misery in the end. So recently I was in Sedona, Arizona. I took a week. I was in Phoenix and Scottsdale, and then I spent 5 days in Sedona with my oldest daughter, and it was so amazing. Now, the reason I've taken a couple weeks off from the podcast show is because day 2 on my vacation, I had the flu. And so we had plans to go hike the Grand Canyon, visit all the vortexes that we could possibly visit, and do some amazing spiritual work and visit all the art galleries. And so there was no way I was going to miss that being sick in bed. And I'm not somebody who likes to take medicine, but I knew my body wasn't going to heal fast if I didn't get some antibiotics. And so I did do that, and I was able to do everything I set out to do. While I was there, we visited the Chapel of the Holy Cross, which I felt like I was in the middle of 3 vortexes hitting me at once. And if you'd asked me before I went and actually sat in the vortexes in Sedona, do I know what a vortex is? I would have told you, well, it's a lot of energy. I think I know. Boy, so it is what I thought it was. It's very much sitting in the ley line energy. Ley lines are large energies that go from the mountain to the ocean. And they go all through a grid throughout the whole world. And there are times when I've been in the past able to feel ley lines. Literally, you put your hand you put your hand out and you can feel a vibration of energy, and oftentimes it's 4 or 5 feet across. You know it's a ley line because you can, like, for a psychic, I walk through a ley line and I literally feel like I'm buzzing, and I can tell when I've entered and when I've left. Okay, and it's it's like you're walking through a line. It's very I want to say the word linear. So when I was in Arizona, it was like so difficult to find the start and end of the vortex at the Chapel of the Holy Cross. And I bought a book about vortexes, and all it said was Chapel of the Holy Cross is one of the biggest vortexes. And I'm like, oh, is it because there's a chapel there, which, by the way, was amazing and magnificent and beautiful and spiritual and everything that you would expect it to be. However, I was shocked that the vortex itself, which I found more sitting outside the chapel, was what I would consider to be about 15 feet or more across instead of like 4 or 5 feet. And there were mountainous red rock formations in every direction that you turned. And so while I was sitting in the vortex, it was like you could not find the beginning, and it was very hard to find the ending of like walking through this line of energy. And while I was experiencing this, it was just profound peace. Now, the woman who built the Chapel of the Holy Cross, while she was there, she was standing on the rocks, and she looked over, and she was looked over to the left as I'm standing there. I could just see it in my mind's eye. And there was a rock formation, and she saw a vision of Mother Mary holding Jesus. And so there is a formation there. And as I was sitting there and I focused on this, my heart felt like it was awakening. It just felt just beautiful, vibrating energy. So can you imagine? You can't find the beginning and you can't find the end of where this beautiful energy begins and ends, and you're in the middle of it. And when you're in the middle of it, you are surrounded in rocks and beautiful energies, and you're looking upon a stone figure that is the shape of Mother Mary holding a baby, and you're next to a chapel. So I got it when I left there, why they call it the most powerful vortex in Sedona. I get it. It was absolutely fantastic. We also went to the Cathedral Hill vortex, and there I understood that true, they said you can find a vortex when the tree is twisted. And I read about this in the book, and they said specific vortexes on the earth. And since then, I've had somebody tell me about a vortex in Oregon, which I can't wait to go to, and I'll post more information about that. It's next on my list. But the vortex at the Cathedral Hill Chapel actually had twisted trees where the vortexes were. Now, there may have been twisted trees at the Chapel of the Holy Cross, but I didn't. There were a lot of trees. I was just so, how can I say, in a bubble of enjoyment there that I didn't even think to look for the trees. At Cathedral Hill Vortex, which is a park, and you go for a walk, and then there's a slab of red rock as far as the eye can see, like a football field size. And there's a river, well, I don't know if it's a creek running through it, pretty wide, 15, 20 feet wide. And it's just sweet and beautiful. On the way to the rock formation that you can sit on, there are amazingly huge twisted trees. And so I was shocked when I would walk up to the tree, and before I got to the tree, I could feel a line of energy. Now, these were not like the Chapel of the Holy Cross. These were what I was kind of used to with the ley line energy. They were maybe 4 feet to 6 feet of energy lines. And I could feel the beginning and the end. I could go into the energy field and I could find where there was an end to it. But the thing was, there were so many. I would say there were 2 or 3 on this walking path. And they seemed to be all in the line of the ley line. So like you walk and you come to a twisted tree, and then another twisted tree, and another twisted tree, and they're all in the same energy. Okay, it's like one long line of energy that's so powerful that it literally twisted the trees. So there's these cute little memes on Facebook about how twisted people with twisted energy, watch out for them, watch out for that. And there's an old teaching about when you wake up and your hair's a little crazy, you're having a twisted hair day. I'd heard that. And I mean, there's been days where I woke up and I'm like, wow, I look like Janis Joplin. I'm going to have an amazing day. My hair is twisted. And now I get it. It's like, wow, I've got all this energy. Even my hair can't calm down. So what I found was just the amazing teaching about when you're in the energetic field, progressive energy happens. You're kind of not focused on the outside world. You're focused on the inside connection. You're focused on your connection with Source. You're focused on your ability to tap into it, and it can be a wild experience. So as we are in this May, very grounded, Taurus-y month, and we're coming close to the Scorpio full moon, this is a time for you to realize maybe you've got some twisted energy going on right now. Maybe right now things in your life are so full. Maybe the energy is so big in your life that it might be twisting things up for you and making it better. Twisting you into the place where life is going to just absolutely expand and help you evolve. Maybe things are changing in your life and you feel like you don't have power over them. This is time to get out of the way and allow yourself to be in the experience of the higher vibration that maybe you're not even used to. And hey, maybe you're going to have a twisted hair day when that happens to you. So the other thing that came from being in Sedona, I had so many amazing awakenings while I was there, and reawakenings. And one of my reawakenings was the teaching of sometimes you have to go within. Sometimes you're going through something and you don't want to share it right away. You need to sit with those teachings, and sometimes it's time not to talk. I was blessed. I couldn't talk. My voice was too raspy for the last couple of weeks to do a podcast. I was literally forced. I couldn't talk about everything, but I was with the experiences. I was with the energy. When I returned from Sedona, I couldn't touch my computer because it would malfunction. Now, I'm a medium, and when I'm doing my spiritual work and working with people and channeling, the energy sometimes will block a phone or a computer. And so when I came back, I literally had to stand 6 feet away from my computer. It was like I got too close to it and it wouldn't even work. That's the twisted energy that I came home with. And I was sitting with that beautiful vortex of love and light, and I needed to kind of go within more. So sometimes you're going through something, and it's okay to be within. It's okay to not tell everybody what's coming to you or what you're doing. It's okay to leave the messages that Creator is giving that are just for you, for you. So I came back to that teaching, and it was very good timing. The other thing that I learned about Sedona, oh my goodness. So I love Arizona. I once lived there for a few months, and I love the sunshine because I grew up in Washington and Alaska, and I didn't even know sun existed until I spent time in Arizona because it's different there. It's like sun. It's a little bit more in front of you. So when I was in Arizona this last time, and I can't wait to go back, let me tell you, I just can't wait to go back. We spent some time literally walking on the path of peace at the Amitabha Stupa Buddhist temple. And there is I believe it's a Tara temple on the same property. They have 65 miles of path that you can walk. And the path is to walk for peace, for the benefit of all, for the benefit of all on the planet. And so while I was walking on the path of peace, and by the way, I had like a ripple of healing go through my body while I was there. And I felt like I had let go of some old stuff. And I left there changed. And I recommend you go. And if you go, walk around the temple 3 times and do your prayers to benefit the whole planet. And it was a fantastic experience. And I got to experience this with my daughter. And so I was walking on the path, and the sun was blinding me. It was early in the morning, and I couldn't use my phone. I took some pictures, but I couldn't see, so I couldn't take pictures. And I kept hearing, you can take pictures, but we just want you to make sure you take this into your heart. We want to make sure that you carry this with you home for you. And it was such a beautiful place. In fact, there was a little thing to sit on, and it said, "Kindness is my religion." And I sat on that stool with my daughter, and we held hands. And we held hands in front of the Tara temple, the mother Buddhist energy. And we enjoyed just a peaceful time of letting go and connecting. And so when I was there, what I realized is the sunshine helps us face our problems. That sunshine that we're facing right now in May, we're getting ready for June, July, August here in Washington State. I'm fully home. It's sunny, but it's not Arizona. And I love it, but it's, not Arizona. And so we're here to face the sunshine in our life. We're here to have a universal, an experience here that blesses the planet and all concerned. And we're here to look ahead at what is the happiness on your path. Are you facing your problems in your life head on? Are you dealing directly with issues? And are you allowing things that aren't lining up to just kind of be and let something better come in? Are you allowing peace and releasement of the things that aren't working that you know for sure you need to let go of? Are you able to face the sun in your life? And so this is a time of being connected to the sun, being connected to joy. Maybe it's a time within as you ground and figure out what you're spiritually grounded to. What is grounding you most? Maybe it's extrasensory for some of you. Maybe it's supernatural and you have conscious awareness and you're fulfilled. But this is a time to figure out what is grounding you energetically, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and become grounded, not necessarily to a place, but to a vibration and a knowing and a connection. Okay, well, I made it through the whole podcast and my voice stayed up, so I'm really happy about that. For anybody who's a regular listener, sorry, it's been a couple weeks, and I actually know that I have some questions to answer piled up in my inbox. I've got a couple of people who have asked me questions. I will answer questions next week, and hopefully it'll be on Tuesday on time. This week I knew I just need a little more time to get my voice there. So remember, right now you have the power to rise above it. Stay spiritually grounded and energetic in the vibration that serves you. And everybody, may you have a wonderful and healthy and beautiful day and rest of the week. Take care, everybody. This is Cass signing off.